Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Karen Pelka, and I'll be speaking with Dr. Andy St. Coeur. Today's show is sponsored by Semco Energy Gas Company. Welcome, Andy.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So what is the reason why a chiropractor wants to be in Civic Theatre?
Well, growing up, my mom got me into church choir, and I've just kind of always been a part of some choir or singing or anything like that. And I found out in high school that if you're a guy and you can sing, you usually get a lead, and that worked out really well. So I just kind of kept going with that. And I was lucky enough that after my wife and I moved back to the area in 2017, there were opportunities to jump back into theater, and Civic Theater was one of those that kind of I embraced, and I've just kind of been a part of almost each year, I feel like. And then earlier, actually a couple months ago, I was elected onto the board of directors, just to kind of take that next step from the stage to kind of behind the scenes and all of that. So it's a great organization. I've made a ton of friends with it, and that's kind of why I'm here for the next step of Civic Theater.
Wonderful. And there's so many great theaters in St. Clair County.
Yes.
And Civic Theater has its own little lane and its own little area where it specializes in. But in order to do that, you have a big event coming up.
Yes. So we're pretty sure that Civic Theater is the only nomadic theater, I guess. Every other spot has their own place that they can practice, build sets. We just kind of rent where we can. We have a spot that we can build sets, but we kind of have to find where we can rehearse. So I think it was last year, my other coordinator, Amy Fabic, she came up with the thought of, hey, why don't we have an event that we can raise money in an attempt to find our own place, or to at least start paying toward our own place that we can call our own home. And so she's been working on it for the past year. And then after Music Man last year, after the show was done, I sat next to her in the after show, and she's telling me about it. And I said, wow, that sounds like a really great event. If you need any help, let me know. Just thinking if you need, anything, just to help move stuff. And then the next day she's like, hey, do you want to be my coordinator with this? And I said, yes, very hesitantly. And so we've been working on it, and it's been going really great. We've gotten a ton of support from the community, tons of sponsorship, and it's really turning into a really, really fun and awesome event.
So we want to get a lot of people to come to it because it's going to support a home for the Port Huron Civic Theatre.
Yeah.
So where and when is it?
So it's going to be January 27th. It's at the Blue Water Convention Center, which they've been awesome with us. Gina and Hannah have been working with us, and they've just been so great to work with. We rehearsed there, and the partnership with them has been excellent. So it's going to be January 27th. It starts at 6 o'clock, and we have a full itinerary of stuff. Basically, it starts at 6 o'clock. We have a cocktail hour, and we have Delaney Notke. She was actually my daughter in Mamma Mia. That's how I first met her, but she's a phenomenal singer-songwriter. She goes to Dime down in Detroit. We're just super lucky to have her. So she's going to be singing for the first hour. And then we're going to go into a dinner portion where it's just a buffet style. I think we're doing chicken parmesan, like a sirloin and gravy sauce. But just to let you know, if anybody out there has any food allergies or gluten allergies, we can make arrangements for that as well.
Sure.
And then during that, we also are really lucky enough that Mike Boney, he was our Harold Hill when we did Music Man. He was also our Pharaoh when we did Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's part of this band, or that's a big brass band called the Stardusters. And I think they're out of Clarkston. But they're going to come up, and we're super lucky to have them come up because they're going to play during the dinner portion. And then at the end of the evening, we're also going to do dancing, and they're also going to play. So very unique experience. And then
sounds like great entertainment.
Yes. And then the last thing that kind of to tie it all into the theater aspect of it, we're going to be doing a one-act comedy after dinner, before the dancing, and it's called Canceled. It's like a 1940s style, we're on a radio show actually, and the show gets canceled. Well, one of the sponsors isn't happy about it and holds us up at gunpoint and forces us to do it anyways. So it's a unique, the actors do a phenomenal job with it. It's hilarious. After reading a bunch of them, we got to the point of, is this funny anymore? But we got somebody we casted, she texted us immediately, was like, this is hilarious. So we're like, okay, we're good. So, and to kind of play off that too with the sponsorships we have, because it's a radio show, we thought it would be kind of unique that our initial sponsorships that we had in the month of December, we said we'd write a jingle about them. And so we're also going to be performing that during the one-act comedy as well. So we've been working really hard on that. We have 6 excellent jingle singers. So it's kind of a unique kind of...
Sounds like what you do is what you're having a fundraiser for, which is you're just incorporating theater there.
Exactly.
So where can we get tickets?
So you can get tickets 2 different ways. You can either email us at phcivictheater1@gmail.com, or you can text my coordinator, Amy, at 810-689-6565.
Wonderful. So we should get tickets before it sells out.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be a great time at the end of January.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for joining us today, Andy.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on Spotlight.